Thank you for joining us for Small Talks for Big Change, where we help simplify financial topics to help with your financial wellness. Happy Financial Literacy Month, friends. It's one of our favorite times of the year, and in the month of April, we celebrate financial literacy across the nation and dedicate time to empowering individuals with the knowledge and skills necessary for sound financial decision making. Here on our show, we celebrate financial literacy all year long, but April is extra special for us. And in addition to National Financial Literacy Month, April is also National Credit Union Youth Month, and for credit unions, a time for us to encourage young people to develop good financial habits. And when I think about celebrations and financial education and supporting youth, I immediately think of Kelley Young, who's been on the show before. She is one of Patelco's Director of Retail Branches and so much fun to celebrate with. Kelley, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I love getting to spend time here with you and talking about all the ways that youth can start making wiser financial decisions.
Before we talk about financial literacy in youth, can we talk about celebrations? Kelley, the last time you were here, you wore a green blazer to honor your beloved Philadelphia Eagles, and I gave you a bit of hard time despite saying I wasn't going to do so. So today I'm wearing a green blazer to celebrate your Super Bowl champs. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Since last time I visited the show, the Eagles weren't doing that great, and you sure did make it a point to call it out.
I did.
But this year, like you said, it's been a huge celebration since we won the Super Bowl.
It's the celebratory podcast episode.
Yes.
And it really did have, so happy Financial Literacy Month to you. I know your branch teams are doing tons of work out in the community to help educate groups of all ages. Why is it important that you have your branches providing financial education?
At Patelco, our mission is to help our members improve their financial health and well-being. We truly believe the best way to show this commitment is by actively participating in our communities and providing financial education. Our team covers a wide variety of different topics, ensuring the information is simple and easy to understand, especially for those who might not have much financial knowledge. I always emphasize the importance of empathy with my team when they're out in the community. Recognizing that everyone is at different stages of their financial journey is one of the most important things. We've had the opportunities to teach teens in high school who knew very little about finances, as well as corporate workers who required more in-depth workshops on topics such as 401k and home buying. One of my favorite success stories involves a teen that came into the branch, and he started applying what was taught. He expressed his gratitude to the branch manager, mentioning how thankful he was that Patelco came to a school to teach him about his finances. Aww. His family never knew about any of these topics, he said. Not only did he take advantage of what he learned, but he also brought in his family members to open the accounts. He told the branch manager he was so happy that she not only helped him, but his entire family, and he was thrilled about it. Stories like these are what inspires our team to be active in the community and provide financial education. We truly believe that equipping people with the right knowledge, we can make a difference in their lives.
Oh, I love that so much. How many times do we say we wish we had that when we were in high school?
Right?
So many. Every time.
It should be mandatory, I feel like, nowadays. It's such an important topic to learn about.
Hey, well, pretty soon, coming to a California classroom near you in the next couple years. All right, do you remember the last time you were here? And we just talked about it because now your kids are 2 years older, which is kind of crazy to say. So at the time, we had talked about your two teenage kids, so then 18 and 12. They were just getting started with working and getting their first accounts and approaching the age to obtain credit. How are your kids doing financially speaking? What's the update?
Oh, okay. So we'll start with my daughter. She's definitely a saver, and she loves to babysit and earn all of her extra money. She takes all the earnings and she puts them into our money market savings account to save up for those really expensive items.
Yeah.
I like to try to teach her between the needs and wants, although it's hard with a 13-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the new things she wanted was a $250 sweatshirt, which she knew mom and dad would not buy because that's ridiculously expensive. Right. But she continued to work and put all of her money into savings so she could buy the sweatshirt, which she ended up buying. And I, again, had the needs and wants talk with her. And to a 13-year-old, that is a need, not a want. So she spent it, bought the sweatshirt, but she told me, Mom, I still have more than what I'm spending, so I still have money for emergencies.
Excellent.
So even though it was hard that she spent it, it felt really great that she had learned that objective at least. So, and she's, still continuing to babysit saving, so she's great with that. Update on my son is he now has his first real job from finishing vocational school. He actually, since our last podcast, got his first credit card too.
Nice.
I know last time I was here, one of the things I was worried about is him having his own checking account, but the Patelco people who set it up for him taught him so well. With the credit card, I wasn't afraid. I was more afraid that mom didn't get to tell him because, teenagers don't want to listen to mom. So
Exactly.
whatever the Patelco people told him, he took to heart what I said in one ear and out the other. I tried to tell him with the credit card, though, the importance of not using it, making your monthly payments. And he was like, Mom, I know. They told me not over 30%, okay?
Nice.
And I was like, oh, okay. So it was really nice to know that the team took the extra time to educate him about that first credit card and make the right decisions, even though it wasn't me who got to do it with him. So with that being said, then fast forward another year, he actually was able to apply for his first car loan because he did so well with his credit. Patelco actually approved him for his first car loan as well.
Awesome.
So since then, he's gotten his first car loan all by himself and a credit card, all because he listened to the Patelco people. So really exciting.
The 30% credit card utilization rule. I love it.
That made my heart so happy when he said that. And even happier that they're taking the time, our team members, to educate the youth about that.
Awesome. They do listen to everybody else more than they do us,
right?
It's not just you. I'm with you. Okay, last time you were here, you gave me some great insight about Patelco's student checking account. So 2 years ago, my son was 11, and we were preparing for when he was turning 13 and time to get his Patelco student checking account. So he turned 13 in October, and there was a lot of build-up for him to get his own debit card. It had to be the tab card, remember? I brought him here on his birthday and got it set up. So we did it here in Dublin, and he worked with Carmela. It was awesome. So he was so excited. He's been good with it. He checks his balance every single day on his app.
I love it.
He ended up getting a CD, so he converted all of his savings into a CD. So every day he goes and checks how many pennies he's made in interest. It's great. He also got a money market account, so he watches the interest grow on that account every day, and he's fascinated with the concept of free money. If he just lets it sit there, that it grows, and even if it's pennies. And I think we're starting to see this kind of addictive behavior where they start to see it grow, and then they don't want to touch it. But he's seeing the power of discipline and savings, and he's being really thoughtful, like your daughter is, about what he wants to spend it on. And Jen Mink was just in the studio talking about how her daughter wanted this life-size Lilo and Stitch the last time they went to Disneyland. It was just some ridiculous, the must-have in her mind. And, you know, she had really encouraged her to think about it. It's her money. She can think about it. We're going to try and convince you 3 or 4 times not to buy, but in the end, it's their decision. It's what they saved for. So I'm going to have to see this fancy $250 sweatshirt.
Oh, I'll send you photos because I'm still amazed that she actually went through and bought it. But
it's her choice.
Her choice.
Her money,
and I had to
choice.
learn that. I had to learn that. She saved it. She put the work in. So
yeah. What do you tell your kids and young people that we teach in the community about the importance of saving?
Yeah, I'm absolutely teaching my kids about the importance of saving and how it must become a habit for them. My parents never really stressed to me about the importance of saving. So when emergencies came up, I had to rely on credit cards. And that really sucked because those interest rates were really high. Yeah. So I ended up paying back a lot more. So what I like to try to tell my kids is at least to try to put 20% if they can into their savings. And it's not about the amount, but maybe a percentage. And that habitual, just doing it consistently is what's really going to make the difference. It applies to my daughter even with her babysitting because it's not a paycheck, but it's still money you're earning. So getting into that habit at a very young age will definitely make it easier for them when they do go through tough times and have it built up.
Yeah, 20% is a good rule.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but when they break it down, it's like, oh, you know, it's really not that much. And then same point, my daughter's like your son. She loves seeing, oh, Mom, I got 100. Oh, I got 200 now. And it's exciting for her now.
Yeah. So. Melissa Steed from our Folsom branch was just on the show too, and she said something that's going to stick with me forever. She said, even if you can save $5, $5 is better than no bucks.
I love that.
If it's not 20%, just put something. Make it $5, make it the change, make it $1. Maybe sign up for Roundup with your checking account and round up the change from your purchase. It's just got to be something. What are your best recommendations for young people to get started with saving? And I know we've taken the step to get our kids set up. So what would you tell somebody who's not familiar with coming into a branch or getting an account set up?
I love that. I think kind of tying back to what I said before is it's most important to make it a habit, not necessarily about the amount. Because if you do it, you can build up more over time. Because as you start to save, you don't realize you weren't missing that money. So each month you can start to save a little more and more. So definitely stay focused on making it a consistent habit, not the dollar amount that you're starting. And again, whether you're starting to earn money from chores, babysitting, mowing lawns, always take a percentage of that and put it in your savings. And then you can continue to grow that percentage. Another easy way I would suggest to them is set up automatic transfers from your savings account each month. When you do it and don't have to remember that you're doing it, it also becomes a really great habit. So I suggest to all of our young members when they're coming in, set up automatic savings makes it a routine. And also open one of our 2 different types of money market accounts. We have really great liquid. Liquid means they can take out their money anytime because, you know, teenagers, you never know if they're going to have that expense that they want. And that also helps them to earn more savings every month that goes in because they're earning a higher interest rate. So I highly suggest to them to always open one of those two types of savings accounts.
Okay, awesome. You're the one that inspired me to get my 13-year-old his first checking account here. I have to show you how happy he was when he opened it. I have a picture that I'll have to show you after. But your Dublin team was the one that helped him get set up, and coincidentally, they came to his school and set up a table, and he was so excited to introduce everybody to his banker. They were his bankers. Yeah. And he got to share the student checking account with all of his friends. Can you share some of the details about Patelco's student checking account with our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we talked about that magic age of 13,
yes.
Right? 13 is when they can open the account. They can choose to have your parent on it or not. So if you're a parent, I know in the beginning with my sons, I was on it because I was a little nervous, and then eventually let him do it on his own, but it gives you that flexibility of either one of them. There's no monthly fees on it. It is a completely free account. They can set it up with digital wallets, which is really great because these kids love convenience. So the being able to tap or just have it in their wallet. And also the mobile banking, like you talked about with your son. I think it's fantastic for them to be able to see their savings grow or see what their purchases are. So some of the great features that come along with that.
So great. So starting at 13 and get it with a parent or without a parent. I think that was really good too, because we get to tell the community, you know, for some of our emancipated youth that maybe don't have a guardian, or maybe for kids that really just feel like they're responsible enough to do it without their parent, don't have to. In our cases, we wanted to be on the account to monitor it too. 13 also is a lot younger than you'll find at other financial institutions. And I think kids are getting started younger and younger working with money. And we think that's important too. So they've got field trips and they've got, you know, they're already working maybe as early as 13 doing babysitting and other odd jobs. So as early as 13.
The sooner the better, I think, teaching about financial education. So you can never be too young to start.
Totally. And it's free.
And it's free. That's huge.
They've got that tap card because tap was a big thing with my son. He had to have the cool
thing.
Tap
Nobody
card.
Pulls it out of their wallet anymore, as my teenagers say. I'm like, what?
and the digital wallet is the big thing. Where can we find information about this on our website?
On our website, under our student checking, you'll be able to find all the things that we talked about. We also have some other really great resources on our website. We have a financial wellness center that's going to go over tools and resources and a lot of the topics we talked about today, like saving and budgeting, if the teens want to learn more about that. We also have a fraud resource center, which I think is so important to the teens nowadays. There's a lot of fraud scams going on, and they like to try to target teens sometimes who may not know what those tricks are. So really important for them to visit that site. They'll know what red flags are, how to protect their money and not fall victim of the scam. So wonderful resource there for them as well.
All right. There's a digital banking tab on our website that our listeners can go explore. There's also a digital demos tab under that digital banking tab where you can find all kinds of easy tutorials.
Step-by-step tutorials that show them how to run it digitally, set up alerts. So really great to know what's coming in and out of your account. They're only about 30-second videos, but teach you how to completely use our mobile and online banking.
Awesome, because if I don't want to read it, I can just watch a 30-second demo.
It's like watching a TikTok to them, so they'll be fine.
Cool. All right, folks. Well, you heard it first from Kelley Young on this Credit Union Youth Month. So get started early is her recommendation. Have conversations with youth about saving and thinking about financial goals. Consider one of Patelco's student checking accounts and one of our high-yield money market accounts to jumpstart that savings. Think about creating savings behaviors and automating savings if they happen to be working. Take advantage of those financial education tools and tutorials on our website. And if you're interested in having Patelco come to your school or one of your groups or one of your clubs, don't be afraid to contact us. Maybe Kelley can come down. Maybe one of our team can come down, and we can do one of our fun classes for your group. Reach out to us at webinars@patelco.org for more information about a class near you. And to celebrate Credit Union Youth Month and encourage getting started early, we want to share a special offer with you for our listeners. If you've got a 13 to 17-year-old who needs to get a checking account set up, we'd like to extend a $100 bonus offer to them. Kelley, you paying for this $100 offer out of your own pocket?
No, but Patelco's great at contributing that.
Visit our website at patelco.org/student checking to find more information about this $100 bonus for our 13 to 17-year-olds interested in starting a new Patelco student checking account. Also, hit us up at webinars@patelco.org because we're also offering listeners a $25 e-gift card if they mention the secret keyword of the episode, and that's financial education. And this could be a great way to jumpstart their savings we're talking about, Kelley. Webinars@patelco.org to enter for that $25 e-gift card by mentioning financial education today. I want to congratulate you, Kelley, on your Philadelphia Eagles, but also for helping me get set up with Lucas's student checking account.
So happy we could help.
And for gracing us today with all of your wisdom for Credit Union Youth Month. You are the best person to celebrate with.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for today's episode of Small Talks for Big Change, where we help simplify financial topics for your financial wellness. We'll see you next time. Happy Credit Union Month. Patelco Credit Union is insured by NCUA. Thanks, guys, for watching this video. To see more, subscribe or click here to watch the next.